Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, for the upteenth time, we're going to have to talk about Connor McDavid again, our captain, one of the greatest Edmonton Oilers in franchise history. We're going to be talking about him a lot over the next few weeks, possibly even months. Well, regarding this contract situation anyway, we're going to be talking about him for years to come, I believe, for all the amazing things he's going to do for this team. I remain fully committed that he is going to sign an extension with the Edmonton Oilers and remain an Edmonton Oiler for a long time to come. But he did an interview with the 32 Thoughts podcast that is causing yet another stir here in oil country. Was quoted as saying he's fully committed for the 25-26 season, but beyond that, we're going to have to wait and see. And guys, Connor McDavid has to say that. He's in contract negotiations. However, one-sided those negotiations we know will end up being. You can't say you're here for years and years to come while you're in the middle of a negotiation. People can say they're happy to be where they are. Jake Walman was quoted as saying that today in his interviews with the media, but Connor McDavid has to stay steadfast in his chosen way of he's doing things here, and I don't know how many more ways I can put this. We've talked about this so many times, but I remain fully committed in my belief that Connor McDavid will be an Edmonton Oiler for a long time to come here. He will sign an extension with this team, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It's probably going to be short term at this point. He said in the 32 Thoughts podcast that it's going to be a feeling when he ultimately makes his decision, because it's going to be an extremely short negotiation, probably 5 minutes long. I want this for this long. Cool, let's get that signed. It's done. So for Connor McDavid, it's going to be a feeling, and it's going to be a feeling where he knows he's in a winning situation here for multiple years, not just this season. We know the Edmonton Oilers have an older roster. We know that's probably the primary thing that's scaring Connor McDavid. If we think back to the Stanley Cup Finals, he looked really angered, dejected. I mean, the team had just lost to the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals, but it was a different Connor McDavid than we saw the year before, and I think his belief has been shaken for sure for the future of this team, and I think what basically Jeff Jackson, Stan Bowman, and the rest of their management team have to do here is convince Connor that this team can be a winning team for multiple years to come, and that's going to ride on the shoulders a lot of a newcomer like Ike Howard, Matt Savoy, who's expected to probably step into the top 6 this year for this team if all goes according to plan, and he's looked great so far through 2 rookie games, but still lots to come here for Savoy. So I think ultimately we're going to probably see more moves similar to the ones we saw where this team brought in Howard and Savoy over the last 2 summers. Talked about goaltender Sebastian Cossa before as someone the Oilers might revisit there, but that's just a name we've heard put out there. I think there'll be other moves made to decrease the age on this team to where there's more youth coming in to help this team going forward. Those are the kind of moves I think we're going to see throughout the year from GM Stan Bowman. So it's going to be a feeling for Connor McDavid, like he said. So I was hopeful that this was going to be done before the start of the regular season, but maybe it's going to take a month or two of Connor playing with his team to have his belief fully instilled, and then if things are going well, they get that deal done, and that's probably where a strong start for this team is absolutely paramount. I don't think Connor McDavid is leaving either way, but if this team can get off to a strong start, something they don't typically do over the past few years, that will go a long way to getting this Connor McDavid extension done faster if it is indeed not done before the start of the regular season. So I don't think anyone should be scared. I know a lot of people are, and I get where that fear comes from. But like I said, I remain steadfast in my belief that Connor McDavid will sign some form of extension with the Edmonton Oilers in the weeks or possibly months to come. Like I said, it may take a while before Connor McDavid has that belief fully instilled in him. So That's the latest on Connor McDavid. A few other updates with training camp officially opening up for the team today. Head coach Kris Knoblauch was quoted as saying, "I'm in the last year of my contract, and hopefully we will get something done before we start the season." Jason Gregor noting it sounds like they are close on getting a new deal done. So Kris Knoblauch looking to remain with the Edmonton Oilers, and with all the new hires that he brought in this past summer, that's definitely the way the Edmonton Oilers are going to go. So we should get something very soon on Kris Knoblauch. Defenseman Jake Walman was quoted as saying, "Off the bat, the right side is where I will stay for a bit. There are some things in the offensive zone that open up more on the right side than I can do on my strong side, which is the left." That was Jake Walman on playing with Darnell Nurse to start the year. So gives us kind of a preview of what a possible pairing should look like for the Edmonton Oilers. Darnell Nurse and Jake Walman teamed up. Jake Walman on his offside, and there's been a lot of talk about an extension for Jake Walman happening soon. Maybe waiting on Connor McDavid. We'll see what happens. But that's the latest on Jake Walman there. We also got an update from Zach Hyman today. He's back, looking good, feeling good. Has that brace off on his wrist, so he's on the ice, not with the main team yet. He won't obviously be ready for day one of training camp. He wasn't willing to put any kind of timelines on his return, but there is definitely a possibility that he should be good for day one of the regular season. But like I said, Zach Hyman not willing to put any timelines on it or official dates, so we'll have to wait and see. But so far, so good for Zach Hyman. He was also quoted today saying, "Connor McDavid is the ultimate leader, captain, and Oiler." So great to hear from somebody like Zach Hyman. So those are the big notes from training camp that I've noticed so far. There is something else going around social media today. The Utah Mammoth have announced that they are going to put goaltender Connor Ingram on waivers. I don't know if it's going to be today or in the days to come. He doesn't have a spot with the Utah Mammoth now. They're going with Karel Vejmelka and Vitek Vanacek in goal. Connor Ingram was a guy who had some good numbers, not last season in particular, but over the last couple years with Arizona and Utah. He's someone the Edmonton Oilers could potentially look at on the waiver wire, or if he clears the waiver wire, possibly a guy they look at via trade. He currently makes $1.95 million, so not a terrible cap hit there. The Edmonton Oilers could probably find a way to make that work. Whether they're actually interested, I don't have anything verifying that, but it's a name that's out there, so we could probably keep an eye on that as a possible target here for the Edmonton Oilers over the next few days. But that's all I have for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on a possible Connor Ingram pickup. What do you think about the latest comments from Connor McDavid, the opening of training camp? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.